Giorgio Agamben is an Italian philosopher best known for his work investigating the concepts of the state of exception, form of life and homo sacer. The concept of biopolitics informs many of his writings. Biography. Agamben was educated at the University of Rome, where in 1965 he wrote an unpublished laureate thesis on the political thought of Simone Weil. Agamben participated in Martin Heidegger's Lithor seminars in 1966 and 1968. In the 1970s, he worked primarily on linguistics, philology, poetics, and topics in medieval culture. During this period, Agamben began to elaborate his primary concerns, although the political bearings were not yet made explicit. In 1974–1975 he was a fellow at the Warburg Institute, University of London, due to the courtesy of Francis Yates, whom he met through Italo Calvino. During this fellowship, Agamben began to develop his second book, Stanzas. Agamben was close to the poets Giorgio Caproni and José Bugamine, and to the Italian novelist Elsa Morante, to whom he devoted the essays The Celebration of the Hidden Treasure and Parody. He has been a friend and collaborator to such eminent intellectuals as Pier Paolo Pasolini, Italo Calvino, Ingeborg Bachmann, Pierre Klossowski, Guy Debord, Jean-Luc Nancy, Jacques Derrida, Antonio Negri, Jean-François Lyotard and others. His strongest influences include Martin Heidegger, Walter Benjamin and Michel Foucault. Agamben edited Benjamin's collected works in Italian translation until 1996, and called Benjamin's thought the antidote that allowed me to survive Heidegger. In 1981, Agamben discovered several important lost manuscripts by Benjamin in the archives of the Bibliothèque Nationale de France. Benjamin had left these manuscripts to Georges Bataille when he fled Paris shortly before his death. The most relevant of these to Agamben's own later work were Benjamin's manuscripts for his theses on the concept of history. Agamben has engaged since the 90s in a debate with the political writings of the German jurist Carl Schmitt, most extensively in the study State of Exception. His recent writings also elaborate on the concepts of Michel Foucault, whom he calls a scholar from whom I have learned a great deal in recent years. Agamben's political thought was originally founded on his readings of Aristotle's Politics, Nicomachean Ethics, and Treatise on the Soul, as well as the exegetical traditions concerning these texts in late antiquity and the Middle Ages. In his later work, Agamben intervenes in the theoretical debates following the publication of Nancy's essay La Communauté des Souverains, and Maurice Blanchot's response, La Communauté Inavouable. These texts analyzed the notion of community at a time when the European community was under debate. Agamben proposed his own model of a community which would not presuppose categories of identity in the coming community. At this time, Agamben also analyzed the ontological condition and political attitude of Bartleby, a scrivener who does not react, and prefers not to write. Currently, Agamben is teaching at Accademia di Architettura di Mendrisio and has taught at the Università Iuav di Venezia, the College International de Philosophie in Paris, and a European graduate school in Saas-Fee, Switzerland. He previously taught at the University of Macerata and at the University of Verona, both in Italy. He also has held visiting appointments at several American universities, from the University of California, Berkeley to Northwestern University, and at Heinrich Heine University, Düsseldorf. Agamben received the Prix Européen de la Ricide Charles Vallon in 2006. In 2013 he was awarded the Dr. Leopold Lucas Prize by the University of Tübingen for his work titled Leviathan's Rätsel.